Good morning. If you have a child with special needs, you know that planning ahead for his or her financial future, especially in terms of insurance, is complex. The reason is that every situation presents itself with a different set of circumstances. Well, not to worry. Egan Berger and Weiner LLC's insurance agent Dave Beck is here today to share a three-part process to help make it easier to develop a strategy that will work for you and your family. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. And I guess the first question is, how do you begin to prepare?
You really have to make the commitment that you're going to plan for this. There's a certain reticence that people have to planning for unpleasant thoughts because it gives them some idea of permanence. So once you make the commitment to plan, then things will take on, you can figure out, okay, well, what do I have to do legally? What do I have to do financially? What do I need to do insurance-wise to protect my child and myself going forward?
Okay, so you said legally. Let's start there. How do you start preparing legally?
Well, first off, you see a lawyer, not me. Would probably be your first thought. But, you're going to talk about wills, medical directives, letters of intent, trusts, and things of that nature, because if you're not careful, you don't have assets properly titled or owned, it could be that you would make yourself or your child ineligible for federal assistance, state assistance, because of not planning properly legally. So see a special needs attorney that specializes in that.
Okay, now here's your specialty.
Yes.
How do you start preparing insurance-wise?
Insurance-wise, it's once again, you prepare for a hurricane and you hope for a rainstorm. I look at this and I say, how much support do I give my child now? The hard part is trying to figure out what is that going to look like 30 years from now? And we don't know what it's going to look like, but we have to take into account the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe my child will never be able to drive, so it's going to be about transportation, it's going to be about housing, food. All of these things get wrapped up into this, and you have to look at it and saying, okay, well, these are the things I provide. In the event of my passing or my spouse's passing, there has to be an infusion of capital that's going to be there to take care of your child.
And you're right, these are the kinds of things that you don't think about, but you have to.
Right.
Even in terms of retirement.
Yeah, in retirement, you really need to focus on, here was going to be my style of living without my child involved. But I have to incorporate my child with special needs into my planning because of the amount of income that he or she may need from me. I might have to delay my retirement, I might have to save more, I might have to accept a lower lifestyle of living in retirement, or most likely a combination of all three of these things. But all of these things, the legal aspect, the financial planning and retirement planning and the insurance planning, all need to be coordinated. Because if you got them each operating in a vacuum, you could have some problems that you didn't think that you were going to encounter because you didn't coordinate these properly.
This is the kind of thing you don't really hear about much, but it's so important. Why are you talking about this? Why are you dealing with this?
Well, it's so many things. It's sort of something that's close to me. I have a sister who has special needs. I saw my parents struggle with this for a large number of years. As a matter of fact, we were cleaning out their house recently, and I found all the documents that it took for my parents to get my sister situated. And it was a long, arduous battle, and she's finally now taken care of and properly planned for, but it wasn't easy.
But good for you, you're making it a lot easier for other people by giving the steps. How soon, if you have a special needs child, how soon should you start this process and start planning?
As soon as you can. Once again, there's the reticence of saying, I'm going to give the permanence to this issue if I start addressing it. But the sooner you address it and start planning for it in all aspects, the better off everybody will be. And in the worst case scenario, it would be much ado about nothing.
Yeah.
But you certainly don't want to take the chance that, you know, it's going to fix itself and I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. The old put your head in the sand idea.
Exactly.
It's not going to work for
Nope.
anybody.
No.
Good for you, Dave. That's good stuff. Well, happy holidays to you. Great to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Happy
Hope
holidays
to see you
to
back
you.
here again. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Let's Talk Live right after this.